This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, hello guys. I think let's get started. So yesterday we are discussing about object-oriented principal concepts. So why we are learning object-oriented principal concepts? Because Java.
Hello, sir. Your
Yeah.
voice is was not audible, sir.
Yes, yes. Yeah, tell me. Hello. Hello. You see any issues in my voice? Hello.
No, sir. You're audible right now, sir.
Oh, fine.
Thank
So
you.
just give me a minute. Yeah. So yesterday we are discussing about the object-oriented principal concepts, right? So why we should understand these principal concepts, object-oriented principles? Because Java is an object-oriented programming language. Java follows object-oriented principles. So we are supposed to understand what these object-oriented principle concepts are. Okay. So we have discussed about the first object-oriented principle, that is class. Tell me guys, what is a class? Yes, what is a class?
Class is a collection of properties and methods.
Okay, class is a collection of properties and methods. That's right. What else?
And it's
A
nothing
representation
but
of real world entity.
It's a representation of real world entity. Okay,
with its properties.
right. So basically, it's a representation of real world entity, and it that particular real world entity, it's collection of its properties and methods. So example, we have seen tree, book, pen, student, customer, etc. Okay, so all these are the examples. What is the syntax of the class? Class name, and so inside that you are supposed to define all these things, the properties and also the methods. Next one. So we have understood object. What is an object?
It is an instance of class.
It's an instance of a class,
And
right? Object is an
instantiation
instance
of
of a class.
allocating memory.
So what is instantiation? Instantiation means allocation of memory is called as instantiation. Okay. So very simple. So if you wanted to create, example, you have taken customer, right? Class, customer, class. So if you wanted to create these customers, you have to create objects. So if I wanted to create 100 customers, how many objects you are supposed to create? You are supposed to create 100 objects. Okay. It is an instance of a class. Instantiation means it's an allocation of memory. So syntax, what is the syntax of creating an object? It's the name of the class, object name is equal to new class constructor. Okay, so this is the syntax. So examples, we have created 3 customers like this. Okay, so there are two different types of classes. One is abstract class, the other one is concrete class. One is abstract, other one is concrete. We'll come back to this later point of time. Okay. Next one. So we have discussed inheritance. What is inheritance, guys?
Using existing properties and methods.
So reusing existing properties and methods is called as inheritance. So exactly, inheritance means it is reusing existing properties. Say for example, so where are these properties and methods are stored? The properties and methods are part of a class, right? So from an existing class to a new class, if you wanted to make use of those existing properties and methods, so you are supposed to do an inheritance. So this is the syntax of inheritance. Class public class B extends class A. So now class B is extending class A, which means that class B is inheriting from class A. So class A is called as parent class B is called as child class. All right. So now there can be different types of inheritances, guys. So single inheritance means one parent class, one child
One child.
class. This is called a single inheritance. Okay, what is multiple inheritance?
Single child having multiple parents.
Single child having multiple parents.
Multiple parents.
All right, next. Multi-level inheritance means,
A class having a parent and child.
yeah, class having more than one level. Class A to class B to class C, something like this. Okay, so what type of classes we can inherit? We can only inherit public classes. So we cannot inherit private classes. So
Um,
this public and private are called as scope identifiers. They are the scope. Okay? So if you wanted to, so we need to specify the scope also, whether the class is a public class or whether the class is a private class. We are supposed to represent that, right? Next one. So hybrid means it's a combination of both multiple and multi-level is called as hybrid inheritance. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so what is the fourth object-oriented principle concept? Is polymorphism. Okay? Fourth one is polymorphism. What is the meaning of polymorphism? So it's a combination of two words, guys. Poly plus morphism. Poly means multiple.
mm,
Okay. So morphism means forms, multiple forms. Okay. So let me make it right here. So what is meaning of multiple forms here? See, one thing is represented in multiple forms. You're understanding the point? So one thing is represented in different forms. So the classic example, the real world example that we see is, say for example, in a family, let's take one family. Okay. So the head of the family is father, right? So the children, the family children, they call him the head of the family. They call him as what? They call him as father, right? The children's will call the head of the family as father. Okay. So what does the wife will call him? Husband, right? The same guy, but he is represented in a different form now. Children are calling him as father. The spouse is calling him as husband. If they assume that the guy has grandchildren, so those grandchildren will call him as grandfather, right? The same guy, he's in different context, he's in different form. So similarly, in code also, when you are writing the code, Java code, one piece of code, one piece of code only, but it is represented in multiple forms. So I'll give you an example. So first let's define the definition of this. Single entity behaving in multiple formats. This is called as polymorphism. Okay. So now let's take a simple example. Let's take addition. Addition is a piece of code, guys. So in this addition function, you have written some code. Okay. So this addition function will take two parameters. One is a comma b. It takes two parameters. One is a and b. What it will return? It will return a plus b. The sum of these two numbers it will return. Okay. Now add function. A comma B comma C. This is also add function only. Okay, so return A plus B plus C. So same function. See here, the context is, so this function you have to use when you wanted to add two numbers. This function, this function you are supposed to use when you wanted to add three numbers. I'll write one more add. Add h1 comma h2. Return h1 plus h2. What are these h1 and h2? H1 or h2 are strings. See, a and b are numbers, integers. A and b are integers. Here also a and b, a, b, c are integers. Now see here s1 and s2. These two are two strings. Assume that s1 is Ravi, s2 is good. It will return Ravi good. You are reading the point, guys. See, what is the name of the function? What is the name of the method?
Addition.
Add is the name of the method.
Add.
Okay. See how many ways it is being represented. It is represented in multiple ways, right? The same function is represented in multiple forms. So if you wanted to add two strings, okay, you will use add. You will pass s1 as string and s2 as string 2. Two strings you will pass. Automatically system will invoke this. It will not invoke this. When you are invoking add 1 comma 2, so these are integers, right? So system will automatically identify this function and it will execute this function. So what we are trying to understand here is the same add functionality is being used in multiple ways. The function name is same, the method name is same, but it has multiple definitions, multiple ways of implementing the same thing. So this is called as polymorphism. Okay, so keep a side heading, guys. Polymorphism, and take this as an example. The definition. So once you are done, let me know, guys.
Thanks.
So next one, fifth one is encapsulation. What is encapsulation? What's the general meaning of encapsulation? Anyone? Encapsulation. Encapsulation means binding together. So binding together is called as encapsulation. Okay. So binding of data members to its methods is called encapsulation. Binding of data members to its methods is called as encapsulation. Let's understand this. What is encapsulation? With an example. Assume that in your program, in your when you are writing in your application, assume that there are two programs. Okay, so or two functionalities. Okay, so one functionality is all arithmetic related functionalities are there. Okay, so in this arithmetic class, let's not even write this. Assume that in your functionality there are two different functionalities. One is arithmetic functionality. Okay, one is arithmetic related functionality. The other one is email related functionality. There are two functionalities. One is arithmetic. What is arithmetic? Arithmetic means calculation related, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all those things. Okay. So now, how you will segregate these two things? All the arithmetic related functionalities and its methods. Okay. So all its data members and its methods, all its properties and its methods, we will combine it in one class. All the email related methods and all the email related members, data members and data functions, we will club in another class. You are getting the point, guys? See, you cannot segregate all the arithmetic, few properties from arithmetic, few properties for the email. You will not club together. So no. So you will create what? You will create two classes. One class is arithmetic class. Okay. One is arithmetic class. What is the other one? The other one is you will create class email related class. So all data members methods, all arithmetic related data members and methods clubbed into one class on all email related data members and methods. We will club into another class. Okay, email related data members and data methods will be here. Arithmetic related data members and data methods will be in this class. You are getting the point. What we are trying to achieve, guys, from this point? What are we trying to achieve from this point? Encapsulation, binding of data members, all the related data members to its member functionalities or methods. So you are clubbing together same functionality related data members and member functionalities, or you are clubbing into one form. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So arithmetic related in one class, email related in another class. Similarly, When you are writing any kind of functionality, you have to club them. Functionality wise, you have to club those classes. Okay, so that is called as encapsulation. How the encapsulation is achieved? Encapsulation is achieved via the classes. When you are using classes means the encapsulation is being achieved. Got it?
Yes,
Any
sir.
questions? Hmm? Okay. Give us a ready encapsulation and take this as an example. Write the definition first, and next we can take this example. Once you're done, let me know, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one. Done, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The next one is abstraction. Okay. So which is also very important, guys. See, when I say object oriented principle concepts, so there are many object oriented principle concepts. The six that we are discussing, right? These are very, very important. Okay. So what is abstraction? Abstraction. Abstract. What is the meaning of abstract? Hello. Abstract means hiding, guys, protecting. Okay. Assume that, say for example, you went to a bank. Assume that. Okay. So not bank. You went to an ATM machine, right? Once you go enter into ATM machine, what happens? You will go inside and you will swipe your card, right? Once you swipe your card, you will get your details. So welcome, so and so name, all right, and some other details you will see on the screen, right? So abstraction means, so the application has to display the things which are relevant to the user. Rest all the other things it has to hide. Yes or no? Assume that it is displaying the password also, displaying your confidential data on the screen. Complete how the transaction is happening, how much amount you have done the transaction, your list, everything it is displayed. Assume that. So there is no abstraction, right? So abstraction means hiding the data and displaying what the data is required for the user is called as abstraction. See, so you take any book, guys, any book, okay, any book. So the first, what will be the first thing? Abstract. Abstract means the list of contents, right? Assume that there are 12 chapters. All the name of the chapters it will displayed in the first page. That is called as abstract. It will not display the content, the complete details, but it will display the things which are required. So abstraction means hiding a confidential data to the or from the users is called as abstraction. Okay. So how this abstraction is being achieved? So we have different levels of abstractions. At the class level, we have public, private, public scope, private scope, and package scope. So these are three different levels of abstraction. Public means it is available for the entire class. Private means it is specific to that class. Package means it is specific to that particular package. We will discuss about the package later. Okay. So these are three different forms of abstractions that we have. Hiding the confidential data from the users is called as abstraction. So please make a side. Please note down these points, guys. So keep a side heading. Sixth point, abstraction. And take this.
Got it, sir.
Done, right?
Yes, sir.
Ah. So, so there are other object-oriented principle concepts also, right? Yes. But so we are discussing some important concepts. Okay. So let me reiterate the points again. So object-oriented principle concepts there are on a high level. So we have class, object, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, and abstraction. Okay. So this is how these are the object-oriented principle concepts. Right. Next, we move to a different concept, guys. Bytecode. So let's understand what is Java bytecode. Okay. Now you sample Java program. Okay. Sample Java program. So what happens to this Java program? This Java program is converted into a different format. You're getting the point? So when you write a Java program, what happens is you have to convert this into a different format. So what is that format? That format is called as bytecode. Okay. Now this bytecode will be sent to input for JVM, Java
Okay.
virtual machine. Okay. Now the Java virtual machine executes the bytecode. Okay. So converting this Java program to bytecode is called as Java compilation. The process. So when you compile this, so when you compile the Java program, it is turned into bytecode. So what is this JVM, guys? JVM is nothing but the Java virtual machine. So who is going to execute your Java program? There is something called as JVM, that is Java virtual machine. This Java virtual machine will be installed in your system. So you have to convert your program to bytecode by using Java compiler. So how will you write? Java C is nothing but the Java compiler. How will you compile that? So you have to use Java C. Java C program name. So once you give this, so it will be compiled. Java C is the command that you will give. Okay, Java C is the compiler. So once you write the Java program, you have to convert into the bytecode. How will you convert that into the bytecode? You have to compile. Okay, so how will you compile? You will use Java C for space program name. Once you give this Java C, it is very simple, guys. You write the Java program, give Java C space program name, that will be compiled. So that is nothing but the bytecode. It will be in a different form. That is called as bytecode. Now you will pass this bytecode to a Java virtual machine. Once you pass it, it will execute. Okay. How will you do that? Java program name. So this is the syntax for doing. So what is happening, guys, here? Okay. So when you write Java program, you know that it is a Java program, but the Java virtual machine doesn't know that. Yes or no? So you should convert into a format where Java virtual machine can understand it. So no. So there is a translator, right? See, whenever see, usually we have these meetings, political meetings. Okay. So assume that some some guy has come, some politician from a different country has come to India. What Indian people know about Hindi, right? So that guy has come, he doesn't know, assume that he doesn't know anything in Hindi. Okay. Now there will be a translator. So what he tells, so he will convert that into the language that Indians can understand. So it's a kind of a translation, right? Similarly, we are doing the same thing. When you write the Java program, you know that it is a Java program, but the Java virtual machine doesn't know that. It understands only the bytecode. So your first step is you have to convert your Java program into bytecode. So how will you do that? You have to compile. Java C is the syntax followed by the program name. So it will be converted into bytecode. Once it is converted into bytecode, you have to invoke JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Just give Java and program name. That's it, done. It executes the system. It executes the program. Sorry. Okay. So this is a typical process that we do. Any questions on this? This is very important. So once you write a Java program, if you don't know how to compile it and how to execute it, it doesn't matter. Java bytecode. So with this, it is platform independent, guys. Java is a platform independent because what is platform independent? So whether you install your Java in Linux, Unix, Windows, iOS, Mac, whichever operating system that you are into, okay? So it works because ultimately the Java program is converted into bytecode and the bytecode is executed. Okay, so with this we call Java program as independent of platform. Platform means operating system. Whether your operating system is in Windows or Linux or Unix, it doesn't matter because the Java is converted into bytecode and ultimately the bytecode is being executed by the Java virtual machine. This is the whole story why we are converting into bytecode, and because it is independent of the environment or the platform that we are working on. Okay, keep aside reading Java bytecode. Every Java program has to be converted into bytecode. Later, which is passed to JVM and then executed. Take these 2 points.
So pass to JVM,
Sorry?
which is
Sorry.
passed to JVM. Yeah.
JVM, Java Virtual Machine. It's passed to JVM. Bytecode will be passed to JVM and then executed. So don't worry on Java, guys. We are not completely learning about Java. Our intention is not to learn Java. Our intention is to learn Selenium, the automation. So we'll be see whatever the basics that we want for a program to write a program, right? Selenium program. Only those things we will be understanding. We will ignore the all the other things in Java. Java is like an ocean, guys. Java is a big ocean. So in that big ocean, we are learning the things which are required for automation purpose. So these are like basics. We need to know about these things. Okay. Any questions so far that on the things that we have discussed?
Also,
All right. So looks like
No, sir.
someone, yeah, Krishna, you have, okay. I have created the group actually. James sir said that he will be creating it. Just a minute. Let me add. Um, September testing batch. and do how add members, copy link. Okay. Krishna Lochan, looks like you have added this, right? Click on this. So what are the other numbers? What this?
Still
Tell me your number.
77.
9971
No, 7760.
7760.
70. Yeah, that one.
This one, 100, the first
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
So from here on, let's communicate this. Okay. So just click on that link. You will be into the group. Okay.
So can you please add this session to the drive? You will do.
Yes, it's added, right?
Hmm.
It's there, right?
But
You are not seeing
session 2 and 3 were added, I think.
session three. Yeah, session one and two. Session three,
Yeah,
four, five,
one
six.
more.
Still yesterday. Yeah, session one, two is in a different meeting. I need to. So we can. So tomorrow we can write. I will search
Yeah,
those one, two, and I'll get it. Okay. So today's session
yeah,
is session seven. I'll once this is ready, so I'll add it. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So in our next class, we'll be installing Java and we'll be installing Selenium, guys, and we'll be executing one sample Hello World program. Sample program will be executing. Okay, like opening the browser, all those things. Some sample automation things we will be seeing in our next session. See, automation is very simple, guys. Selenium is very very simple. Don't worry on that. So I'm teaching Java concept. Don't worry on that. We are trying to understand the things which is we required for testing, for automation testing purpose only. The other things we'll be ignoring them. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we are already time. So any questions you have? Let's take some questions. Hmm? No questions?
Also.
Okay, fine.
No,
Yeah.
sir.
Have it. Yeah. So you have this weekend, right? So I want you guys to go through the content that we have discussed so far. Java is very, very important. Very, very important. So assume that this is a sure shot question in your interview. What is that? Object oriented principal concepts. So this is like a basic question, guys. See, when you answer these questions, which means that you know the basics. Minimal expected question is object oriented principal concepts in automation interview. So I want you guys to go through this again and again. Okay, yeah. So having said that, so we'll drop for today's session. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Have a good day. Bye.
Yes, bye.
Yes, sir. Thank you.